Beautiful people.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful people. We're heading to another infertility test. This is my last one that I kind of have to do as like a prerequisite. This has kind of been a long process. You got tested not that long ago.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Good to hood.
So we did Andy's test because it was only $45 versus this one, which I still wasn't able to get a price estimate for, so I really don't know what it's gonna be. So today I'm on my way to get an HSG test, which basically shoots dye into your uterus, and then they can look at your uterus and fallopian tubes and make sure there's no blockages. So I'm fingers crossed it all comes out good. We should get the results like right then and there. And sometimes people say that those tests can also help you get pregnant. If there's any small blockages, it could kind of like clear it out. So I'm going to get that. That's kind of the last of my preliminary test. We're almost at the 2-year mark of trying to conceive, which is just absolutely insane. Long time. So Andy was like, just go ahead and get it done.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, I already got tested, so
yeah.
I mean, this is the next step in the process.
Yeah, so this is my last test. I've had the ultrasound. I had to get a large polyp removed, so I believe it's called a polypectomy, if I'm saying that right.
Polypectomy.
No, I don't think that's it.
So.
I think it's polypectomy, something like that. I vlogged all of that, and then I wanted to wait a while. We waited about, it's been like 9 months now, but we waited about 6 months before we were like, let's see if that worked, because all my other tests came back normal. So the doctor really thought that getting rid of the polyp would help, but nothing so far. So then we waited and we decided Andy would get his test first because his was a lot more inexpensive than mine, and then now I'm going to get this one. I have terrible insurance, so pretty much all the stuff I've had to get done this far is pretty much out of pocket. It goes towards my deductible, which is like $8,000, so it sucks. I caught you yawning.
Sorry.
But this morning Andy woke up with a migraine, so it worked out. I didn't know I was getting my test till today. You have to time it out right, and they said I would either have to come in Friday or Monday, and they just called to schedule today, so they're like, you could come in today. I was like, great, I'll come in now. So
yeah, it totally worked out.
Yeah, it worked out today, so you could come with me.
Yeah.
Some people say it's not painful at all. Some people say it's very painful, and it seems to be if you have any type of blockage, that is when it's painful. So I'm a little nervous, but not really. It's only lasts a few seconds, I think. I think it's pretty quick. So this is my last test before we consider going to an infertility doctor, IUIs, IVF, anything like that. So this is kind of our last step.
I kind of just hope that, it sounds terrible because I know it hurts if there's a blockage, but like I kind of wish that we could find out if it's a blockage and we can get that resolved, and we don't have to go through IVF or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't want to honestly go through IVF anytime soon. It's so expensive. I think my insurance actually covers up to 3 IUIs in my lifetime, something like that. So that might be an option. So this is kind of our last step. We've been kind of slow moving and not really like on top of it. We've just been kind of waiting for it to happen naturally. But coming up on the 2-year mark, we're like, okay, let's start proceeding. Let's just stay on top and go through with all these tests. Maybe start IUIs, anything like that. So we just have to actually get started. So fingers crossed it turns out good, and maybe this just clears out my fallopian tubes and it works. What do you think?
Like I said, I just really hope that we find some sort of blockage that we can, what?
Well, no, I don't want a blockage. I think sometimes blockages, like you need surgery, maybe a minimal blockage.
Would you rather go through like IVF though?
Than a surgery? I don't know what really happens. I don't know if there's a surgery for a blockage.
Well, I'm saying like in a perfect world, you'll have a slight blockage and the dye will clear it.
Yeah,
Perfect
maybe. Because then maybe that will like clear it out. I think they could also see if you have fibroids or cysts or polyps on this. I was reading online. Because it shows
I
on the
watched like
dye.
a little animated thing.
No, oh, you did?
Just to see like how you see like the blockage. That's why I was asking those questions earlier.
Aww.
But you just
How
can't
cute.
really like see. I don't know how you would see the blockage. It just looks like ink.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I really hope Andy could come in with me. It is at the hospital, but regardless, even if it's just me, I'm gonna try to get some footage of like the dye on the x-ray. So we'll see what happens. Well, that was painful.
Sounds painful.
I know, he couldn't come in. And I didn't even think about it. It's an x-ray room. I couldn't bring a camera, anything. I got a tiny little clip of the room. It looked literally just like a normal operating room. So I was just kind of like freaked out a little bit. So we were there for about 2 hours, but the whole thing probably took about 10 minutes total. They enter a speculum, right? Speculum? I keep calling it a, what do I call it? A
spatula.
No, not a spatula. A
scalpula.
Scalpula. I don't, definitely not a scalpula.
I'm pretty sure that's like a bone.
No, I'm
like
pretty sure
knife.
that's like a scraping tool.
No, that's a scalpel.
We probably sound so dumb right now. And then they put in the catheter, which also didn't hurt. And I was reading online that some people even think the catheter is very painful. And some people were saying they had to stop and like go back a different day, which I don't think I could have come back to that. So I was like, no, I'm here, I'm getting it done, I'm making this through. So the catheter didn't hurt that bad. What hurt was the catheter has a balloon on the end that they like blow up so the dye doesn't just come right back out when they insert it. And oh my gosh, such intense cramping. I actually like made a noise because it just, you go from like not hurting, just feeling a little bit uncomfortable because you have all these like instruments in you, to like, I was like, oh, but then I just started sweating profusely. I was pretty close to passing out. I am a bit of a baby, but it was really intense cramps. I feel like I get really bad cramps anyways, and that's kind of what this felt like. But the fact that you go from like feeling no cramps to just like boom, cramps, it was pretty painful. And that only lasted, I want to say, less than 30 seconds, but it just came on so strong, so fast, and it just like boom, hit me like a freight train, and I just like was instantly like sweating and just not doing great. Some people said it even hurts worse than childbirth, which I do not have that to compare to, but it was pretty painful. But after that, when they actually injected the dye, they make you go under the x-ray and you kind of have to move around, which I was nervous about with all the stuff in me, but you move to the left, you move to the right so they could see both tubes. But everything looked good. My test results came back great, which was great. They could see I didn't have any more polyps, like I got removed. It is a bit of a relief to know that nothing else is wrong with me that they could find, and nothing else is wrong with Andy that they could find. So I want to say a lot of this is honestly probably stressing about it, which is easier said than done, to not stress subconsciously. But now I'm feeling fine. I feel normal. I have a little bit of cramping. I wish I would have taken ibuprofen beforehand. I wish the lady who scheduled me would have told me that, because even the doctors asked if I took it, and I was like, no, I probably should have. And at that point it was too late. But now I'm fine. Tiny bit of cramping, literally nothing bad. And another thing, make sure to bring a pad or something, because I could feel just sitting here like the dye coming out a little bit, and that's normal. It's supposed to, because gravity. So it's the next day. I'm sweaty, I'm gross. We played beach volleyball this morning, and then we did yard work all day. And I realized this vlog is kind of only been an update, just chatting while we were in the car and at the appointment and stuff. So what I thought I would do is a little update on the outside of our house, since we just did our yard today. If you've been following along, you know we had a lot of trouble with our grass and everything, and it's finally coming together. So it's not the most exciting thing, but personally for me, I love to vlog this stuff, because if you saw our house and outside progress from a year ago, I love looking back and seeing how far it's come. So I thought that's what I'd go ahead and do. But here is our yard. It's coming out so good. I think the last update, Andy had done these, so the grass is like coming in around it a lot better. All our plants are blooming right now. This little guy has actually grown a lot since we got it last year. I didn't realize till I looked back at photos. So our yard's actually coming in pretty good. There's obviously some spots still, but I mean, look at that. Here's the side over here. I feel like it looks a lot better in person. I feel like the camera picks up all the patches we haven't done yet, but we've been plugging it, seeding it, overseeding it, putting a lot of lime down because we have clay soil. So it's really coming out good. Even this over here, this is where our drain is. Let me show you. This was like all clay not that long ago, so our little catch basin drain is here, and all of this is finally starting to grow grass. We have a little apple tree and a pear tree, so I don't think we'll get anything this year off of them. We planted them last year though. And then we have our hydrangeas, which have gotten, like, they've tripled in size since last year. They're doing really, really good in this spot, but they haven't started blooming yet. These are a different kind, and then this year we actually got like 5 more. Yeah, 5 more. This is a different type. They're all white, but those are more cone shaped. These are more round. They need to be watered like daily because we just planted them. So they look a little sad right now because it is hot today. But as soon as you give them water, they like perk up. So some of these have started to come in, but they're not super big yet or anything. And then here's the back. There's my brother's aerator, so we've been just like plugging our yard a whole lot, but it's looking great. So definitely a work in progress still, but it's come a long way if you've seen some of our older vlogs and everything we've dealt with. I think our next project that I'm trying to do soon is gonna be our fireplace, and I think I'm gonna DIY it myself, similar like I did to the wall in our bedroom, which I guess I could show you real quick. So this is like a fake concrete. I applied this more like a stucco, but you could see there's like some just super textured. This is just the white color we did in our bedroom. I just did this one wall, and I think I'm gonna apply it on the fireplace a little bit differently, but I really love how it came out, so I think I'm definitely gonna give that a go before we hire it out. So I'm gonna see like how that ends up working. So that's gonna be it for today's vlog. Literally just a full-on update vlog. So if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Lately, I've really just been trying to pick up the vlog camera more and just go about our day, because we ourselves just really like to watch back our old vlogs. So it's awesome if anybody else decides to watch it, but if not, we still like to look back on them like years down the road. I love watching our old vlogs. Like I wish I had more, or there's different things we've done where I'm like, wow, I really wish I vlogged that. So it could be a pain sometimes, especially when you're just trying to live in the moment and enjoy things. I have a really hard time doing it on like vacation with my family, or when we're out with friends, but it's just so much fun to look back. So I'm trying to be better about just bringing a camera along. All right, so that's gonna be it for this vlog. Thank you for watching. I just kind of wanted to hop on here and do something a little bit different besides just vlogging in our car the whole time. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you very soon. Bye.